In what began as a college with only 14 students in 1922, the university boasts over 1,000 students from all corners of the world in enrollment.
For me, Makerere is home. Makerere has been home, and Makerere has largely contributed towards my political journey.
Later transitioned to be a university, the Park of Knowledge has for the past 100 years been an excellence and starting point for thousands in Africa and beyond.
Makerere and me is a father and a son. A father and a son in the sense that I graduated from Makerere. I have been in Makerere. I grew up doing more than teaching in Makerere. I grew up taking up political duty in Makerere, and I'm grateful that Makerere has shown us, or me and others, the light.
Doreen Nyanjura, by then a young girl coming from Mashiruka Girls' School, moved to Makerere to pursue what she terms as a dream.
So when I joined Makerere University, I expected to find a vibrant, FDC chapter and all that. Surprisingly, the FDC wasn't very visible. So what I had to do as a first year, who was very well known for being an FDC supporter, I started from my own class, started rallying people and telling them, if you support BSJ, if you support FDC, come and register with.
Indeed, as Makerere marks 100 years of existence, Nyanjura boasts of fulfilling her childhood academic dreams and desires.
Makerere University has molded most of us. In 2009, I walked from Makerere University, armed with my mattress and suitcase, and proudly I entered through the gates of Makerere University. People have known me because of Makerere University. So this Makerere University, many of us hold it so dearly.
The Kampala Road Mayor Elias Lukwago is among those many that have been at MOOC. Enrolled in 1993, Lukwago's life has since then never been the same.
And went into the 1996 general election. My first time to participate in the national elections, addressing national rallies, where Dr. Pokawanga Semogerero was the flag bearer for the forces of change coming from Makerere University. So I would speak at rallies for and on behalf of Makerere University students. And that was a huge boost to my budding political career at that time.
But what is that particular story and experience gotten from Makerere?
I remember Boda carried me from Stanbic Bank, and it took me to Senate. And I was charged 10,000 Uganda shillings. And you can imagine 10,000 by then. Now, for those who do not know Makerere University, Stanbic Bank is just behind Senate building,
By the time I joined the university, that was 1993, we had the story of the two Toms. The two Toms were killed at the university. I think it happened 2 years before I joined the university.
Dr. Tango Doi is apparently a household name in terms of Makerere's contemporary story.
I joined Makerere on 4th October 1984. At 4 p.m. is when I entered the gates of Makerere. That time, the freshers were always transported by train or buses, and me, of course, I used the train up to from Toronto. I used the train with my bag full of few things, but full of one important thing: admission letter.
He is a reminiscent of the Toro village boy days as he entered the gates of Uganda's Harvard.
We reached minibus but at 3:45. The bus took us slowly through Wandegeya up to the gates of Makerere. Now, once we got to the gates, we had a rousing welcome, something which I don't see these days. We found what we later knew to be music, dance, and drama, playing, welcoming freshers at the gate.
If there is anything which has stood tall with Makerere University along the journey of 100 years, is the university anthem.
Makerere, Makerere, we build for the future, the great Makerere. Great, great and mighty, the walls around it. Great, great around. Look at the words in the anthem. We build for the future. It brings you to light that you are not just a student, but you are a permanent contribution to the world.
As Makerere celebrates 100 years of imparting knowledge, one can joke that they too need to celebrate the journey of strikes and riots, as the Institute over the years has witnessed some moments of the black days that claimed even lives.
The strike has been a very negative factor. When you strike, you must have a cause. You must have process. You must know how to end it. You can't strike by going to loot shops. I condemned it completely.
However, the institution has been on several occasions also been accused of operating on a sex for marks principle, especially against the female students.
This is what happens in Uganda, that as a female, when you go looking for a job, someone says, okay, now I have seen your papers, but can I also see your V? I hope you know what V means. You get it? So very many women, very many girls go through this. So it's not only restricted in the gates of Makerere University.
Professors who are with me, Professor Huha Theodora, Professor Dr. Beine of Massa, Hajat Fatuma of Massa, I now came together with them. Ruth Eteo, Miss Ruth Eteo of Massa. I came to them that let's integrate and try to see that this sexual harassment is handled at grassroots.
Nevertheless, the institution has stood all the tests of time.
Makerere is a hub of politics, and no one should stifle, no one should lock out students from political participation. If you're a vice chancellor, ask yourself, where did President Museveni come from? President Museveni came from student groups.
The climax of the 100-year celebrations has been held at the university's Freedom Square at the event attended by the head of state, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, with a commitment to lay a foundation for the next generation. Robert Onyango, UBC News.